Jake Sully stood at the edge of a floating island among the Hallelujah Mountains. Above him, deep green-covered peaks. Below, hundreds of long vines hung down like roots, the same ways they had risen to reach this sacred height. Waterfalls moved down the mountainsides, vanishing into fog before touching the ground. Around them, clouds turned like silver smoke. At nearly 2,600 meters above the ground, this floating mountain was the site of the final test to become a Na'vi warrior. A place so dangerous that a single mistake meant falling into the endless hole below. Yet it was here that the young hunters of the Omaticaya family came for Iknimaya, the sacred initiation in which each must choose and bond with an Ikran. The word Iknimaya literally means stairway to heaven. For the Na'vi, it is a dangerous but essential rite of passage, one that tests both body and spirit, proving who is honorable to be called a warrior. For the Omaticaya, this journey leads to the rookery of the Hallelujah Mountains, where each must climb to capture and tame an Ikran, and through Sahelu form a lifelong connection. Once this bond is made, the Na'vi and the Ikran fly together as if they share a single soul. But the way is deadly. Neytiri had warned Jake that many young Na'vi had died attempting it. Even so, Jake's heart beat faster with a mix of fear and determination. Jake took a deep breath. On his blue avatar brow was painted a yellow V, the symbol of Iknimaya. After long months of training, from riding dire horses to mastering every challenge, he had finally reached this point, the greatest test of his life. The air was filled with the wild flavor of mountain plants, and in the distance, the cries of Ikrans repeated through the fog. Neytiri, Sute, and several experienced warriors stood behind him, watching intently. Jake steeled himself. There was no turning back now. Neytiri stepped forward, placing a strong but soft hand on his shoulder. Her voice was serious, but her eyes were kind.
If he also chooses you, move quick like I showed.
Then she added,
You will have one chance, Jake.
Jake asked,
How will I know if he chooses me?
Neytiri replied with calm certainty.
He will try to kill you.
Jake gave a slight smile and said softly,
Outstanding.
His pulse quickened, his muscles tightened. Before him, dozens of Ikrans stayed along the rocks, their shadows shining like living fire. Jake took a step onto a wide ledge where the creatures nested, their wings spread like those of large eagles, their jewel-toned scales shining in the sunlight. Neytiri watched closely from behind. The Ikrans had sensed the newcomer. Many turned their angry yellow eyes toward him, roaring softly. Jake remembered Neytiri's words. The Ikran that attacks you will be the one suited for you. That is the one you must choose. As he moved forward, a green and blue Ikran shouted and lunged. Jake avoided just in time. Its nails cut the air by his ear. It dropped overhead and circled back, but then, from behind a rock, a larger Ikran came out, its body bright with violet and blue colors. It landed in front of Jake, eyes shining with anger, hissing sharply. It lifted its lip and made a loud hissing sound, as if warning Jake not to move forward in this area. Jake thought,
Let's dance.
The Ikran roared and exited. Jake displayed his teeth and hissed back, chest out, following the Na'vi challenge. The creature froze for a few seconds, surprised that a human dared to respond in kind, then jumped direct at him. The next few seconds blurred into disorder. The Ikran behaved madly, breaking its face inches from Jake's face. Jake avoided each bite by feeling alone. Behind him, everyone, including Neytiri, watched every moment anxiously. At any moment, a single mistake could mean death. Jake's hand found the looped rope at his middle area, the ancient banshee catcher. As the Ikran lunged again, he threw the loop over its mouth. In an instant, the rope tightened around the creature's mouth, clamping it shut. The Ikran shouted in madness, half blinded as the loop slipped over one eye. Jake caught his chance. He leapt onto the animal's neck, packing his arms tight around it. The Ikran jumped violently, trying to throw him off. Neytiri's urgent voice came at lightning speed.
Mend the bond!
Suddenly, one violent pull nearly sent Jake over the rock. Only his left hand, gripping the rock side, saved him from falling. Neytiri's urgent voice came with anxiously,
Jake!
Gritting his teeth, he pulled himself back up and gripped on, pressing his knee to balance his body. Then a softly voice came from Neytiri.
Sahelu, Jake!
So Jake remembered Sahelu. With one hand, he pulled the neural vine from his braid and reached toward the living veins at the base of the Ikran's skull. As the creature twisted, he finally made contact, and in that instant, the bond was made. A surge like lightning shot through Jake's mind. The Ikran's consciousness flooded into his own. Its anger, its fear, its wild heart. He could feel it all. Jake focused and softly spoke to the Ikran in his mind.
That's right. You're mine.
Slowly, the creature's resistance softened, its wings controlled, its breathing slowed. The connection had worked. Neytiri, watching from the ledge, let out a sigh of relief. She told softly.
First flight seals the bond. You cannot wait.
Then she added,
Think, fly!
Jake tightened his hold and touched the Ikran's neck. Jake said nervously,
Fly?
Instantly, the Ikran were falling. The world dropped away down them. Air cut off past his face like blades. The Ikran shook, confused, falling toward the mist below. Jake's stomach lurched. He gripped the creature's neck with every bit of strength. The ground rushed up fast. Desperately, Jake cried out in his mind,
Shut up and fly straight!
The Ikran's feelings kicked in. With a thunderous sweep, its wings spread wide, catching the air. A sharp jolt threw Jake upward. They were no longer falling. The Ikran banked hard, then began to rise. Still trembling, Jake fought to keep balance. Then Jake shouted,
Listen. Bank left.
The Ikran, still wild, moved side to side before finally leveling up. At last, they were flying. Truly flying. Below them expanded the green forests of Pandora, now just a patchwork carpet. Sunlight shined like golden dust between the Ikran's wings. Jake's face broke into a wide, unbelieving smile. He laughed, overcome with joy. This was his first flight, his first true freedom. Neytiri approached on her own Ikran, Sezi, smiling with pride. From the ledge far below, the other Na'vi warriors cheered in victory. Jake Sully, once just an outsider in a loned body, had completed his first flight. This marked his true bond with his Ikran, making it permanent and sacred. Though it had begun in disorder, Jake and his Banshee soon found rhythm together. As they flew higher through the endless blue, Jake's heart rose with pride. The skies of Pandora had given him new life. He was no longer just a visitor. From this day, Jake Sully was Omaticaya, a true warrior.
With you.
I trusted you!
Trust me now, please.
Gaza! Gaza, you got not be happy! You will never be one of the people!
That was just a theory.
That they cannot take whatever they want. And that this is our land.